I don't know. I just find stall funny. It's not my favorite song, but I find it funny. You know. Also, stalling. 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 Okay, so that's Discord. Good to go. Hey Zito, AK Central, how's it going? Alright, I need Steam open actually today, so I can close that so it's not running in the background trying to update stuff or whatever. Looks like internet's doing fine and dandy, so that's always good. I think that's everything. But yeah, hopefully your guys' week has been going well. Mine's been going alright. Let's see, anything fun to report? I was thinking about getting a camera, like an actual camera, because I've been having fun taking pictures with my phone camera and stuff. So and there's some fun stuff I could do with like an actual camera. They're so expensive. I was looking on Facebook Marketplace. There was one from like 2012 that was $300. Like what the heck? And like new ones go for like the 100, are all in the hundreds range, you know? It's like 500 minimum. And then you have to get the lenses every once in a while. Like they're different lenses and everything. Like, jeez, that's not a cheap hobby to get into. Maybe I'll just make do with my phone for a little bit longer. You know? I don't know. Maybe I could get something like... I wanted something just to mess around with, just to see if I would like it. But I was thinking more in the $100 range. $100 to $200 range would probably be like something to just get to mess around with. But even if it was old. But $300, like, from 12 years ago? I don't know. That's expensive. It's expensive. And maybe the answer is I need to get a job. Maybe that's the answer. Yeah, once I'm done with college here, I can get a job, and then maybe I'll have some more disposable income, or I can save up for something. Although, if I'm going to save up for something, I should probably save up for a new car first. You know? I'll stick with the phone, yeah, for now. Yeah, my current car, the gas meter doesn't work anymore, which I found out the hard way, because I just ran out of gas one time while running errands, and like pull off or whatever. I had no idea what was wrong with it at the time, because the gas gauge worked for like a little bit, and then like 3 months in owning it, it like stopped working, and I found out that way. So, you know, yeah, I should probably get a new car at some point. I just have to like count the miles, like, you know, the little mile ticker, because you can do like a trip thing where it'll count how many miles until you reset it. So I just have to remember that I can only drive X amount of miles before I have to like get some more gas. So yeah. No, I'm just glad I didn't like get hurt or anything, you know, because like I ran out of gas like while running errands. And I had to like really yank it to be able to like steer it at all. So I was like very worried about that. But thankfully I was on like a rural road, and there was a spot nearby. I like parked. I was like within walking distance of my house. It would have been like a few miles, but I could have walked back home if I had needed to. But thankfully it's funny. I had gotten food. I had stopped and gotten food, so I just sat there and ate while I waited for somebody to come pick me up. But no, yeah, I should probably get a new car at some point. But yeah. Anyway. I should also probably start the game at some point, so do that in a minute. Okay. Is it gonna pick up the game a sec? Come on. There it goes. Okay. Oh, jeez. I just forget how much louder this game is than, like, literally anything else. Okay. But yeah, so I don't think we were going to be able to finish the game today, but I do think we'll be able to... I think we have to bring her with her. I still don't have a car? Yeah. I guess it depends on where you live, too. If you live, like, in a rural area like I do, then you have to, like, have a car to get around, you know? So, I think I'm doing this right. Hold on, let me check my nose on getting the best ending in a minute. Okay. So, enter the waterway cabin, drain her of water, and take her with you. And then she'll drift away after the waterway boss. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, if you live, like, in the middle of nowhere like I do, it matters, but probably not if you don't. Oh, let me fix the chat thing so it's actually on screen. I forgot to do that. I'll have to, like, switch it right back for next, this weekend stream, but whatever. I'll just do it right now. One sec. But look, there's also a package for me. Ooh, maybe I should go grab that in a minute. I guess that is one nice thing about, like, living in a rural area. I don't have to worry about, I don't have to worry about, like... Sorry, I'm trying to... we'll do... that. Scale. 50. Hide messages. Okay. I don't have to worry about, like, people stealing stuff off my front porch. What made you want to play Cave Story? Oh, I just thought it would be good. I've played the remake before, and I enjoyed that, the one on 3DS. Apparently, people are kind of mixed on the remake, but I guess that's kind of standard for remakes. But I enjoyed the game, and I had never gotten the true ending, so I wanted to play, like, a version that was closer to the actual version of the game, because the remake is, like, in 3D with 3D models and everything. There are parts of it that look a little bit better, like the backgrounds look a little bit better, and they changed some things for quality of life features, but and they also reorchestrated the soundtrack. But, you know, with all remakes, there's, like, things people like and don't like. So, when I was looking over my list of games to play this year, I was looking for something that would fit pretty well with stream, and that would be in, like, that would be a certain length, because I figured we'd finish this game around the same time we finished Vengeance, and so I want to play some sort of Persona or Atlas thing on stream. So probably once this is done, I'll be going ahead and doing the, you know, Persona 4 fighting game on stream. And so that way, you know, we're doing something on the channel that's Persona or Atlas. Let me go grab that package real quick, though. Let me just see what it even is. As an Etsy order from the UK. Oh! Oh! That's what that is. That's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. Okay. Well, I'll open it later. I won't say what it is. I'll probably show it on stream at some point here. I gotta do another one of those box of craft streams sometime next month. Where I talk about some of the stuff I've gotten and everything. Yeah, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I've played like a couple matches with a friend before, but I've never properly played it. So, and like I said, I want some sort of Persona or Atlas content in general on the stream at some, at times. So I've been waiting until we're gonna play like a different type of RPG on the weekends to play that game this year. Yeah, I have died, yes. Okay. Oops. Oh wait, I forgot to take her with us. Arc System always makes great fighting games. Yeah. Yeah, I'm aware that they make other, like, anime fighting games. It's too bad that they haven't been contracted to work on, like, making a new one, for, Persona. It'd be cool to see them, like, do... that's one spin-off for Persona 5 that would have been fun, is, like, some sort of fighting game that brings together characters from 3, 4, and 5. That would have been a lot of fun. It's too bad that didn't happen. Although at this point I think everybody's pretty much tired of Persona 5 spin-offs and everything, so I don't think people would be too enthusiastic about it at this point because we've had so much of that stuff, but if it had come out, like after Strikers or something, I think people would have still been pretty enthused about it, would have liked to see that kind of thing. Ah. Man, this pea shooter does, like, no damage. Okay. At least not when it's leveled up. Well, hopefully we can get the booster level 2 thing here soon, and then we can, go and get the better weapon. There's a better weapon we can get once we get some mobility. Maybe? I don't know. Even if it was done like that, that would have been nice, Like, if they didn't want to, like, remake a whole new game or whatever. But I feel like you would have to change the balancing of certain things. Oh, boss. Okay. I feel like you would have had to change the balancing of some things to accommodate the new characters, but maybe that's just me. I don't play a lot of fighting games, so I don't know exactly how that usually works out for that kind of stuff. But even as just DLC, it probably would have been nice to have, I can't turn left. I think the bubble gun is my best bet for this fight. Right, I gotta avoid the blocks as well. Should have some ammo in the rocket launcher now. Ah. Ah. Okay. But yeah. Well, I guess, at least in terms of fighting games, it was cool to see Joker make it to Smash and everything. Yeah. I think the only thing I know about, like, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is that Elizabeth is kind of OP, and, that, like, the mechanic for, oh, shoot, I'm blanking on his name. I'll get it. one sec. The baseball mechanic for, like, Junpei is, like, really in-depth for, like, no particular reason. Like, the way his mechanic works is, like, got a lot going on with it. I find it funny that it's a P4 game when P3 story was way better. Like, the story with the P3 characters, or in that game was, like, better, or you just like P3 story better, so you think it should have been more about the P3 characters than the P4 characters. Yeah, Junpei. Yeah, I watched a whole video about how Junpei's, like, baseball mechanic in that game works and everything. Yeah, there's, like, a lot of depth to that game. I think that's more oh, cool. I think that's more attributable to the publisher, though, like you're saying. They do, like, a really good job at making those kind of games for all types of anime and other genres and stuff, so. Yeah, I'm aware that the plot is, like, very loose, but it, like, is basically, there's, like, shadow versions and stuff of everybody's self or whatever. So you can have, like, so you can have more of a roster, but also so you can, like, fight your friends or whatever in the main campaign. Although, is Persona 4 Arena and Arena Ultimax, like, I think they have different plot lines, don't they? Because I have a hard time understanding, like, the difference between Arena and Arena Ultimax. I'm not sure, like, if one's, like, Arena Ultimax is, like, a complete re-release with, like, a bunch of reworked content, or if it's, like, the same game but with, like, more characters. I don't know, I have a hard time understanding, like, what's going on there. I have Arena Ultimax on Steam. It's kind of funny that Persona 4 Arena came out for Xbox 360 of all things. That and, like, Tales of Vesperia are, like, some of the only, like, you know, like, RPGs that came, well, RPG related, I guess, games that I can think of that came out for the Xbox 360. There aren't a ton of RPGs on the Xbox 360. There's some, and some of them are pretty good, like Tales of Vesperia and, like, other stuff, but yeah. Xbox 360 was mostly like Call of Duty and other kinds of stuff. They had a few more casual stuff, especially they tried to get, like, the Kinect stuff going when the Wii was popping off, but still has the arena story as well. Okay, so I guess I can just play through that, and if I play through the whole thing, then I'll have the story of both. Okay. I don't know if to get all of the story you have to play through with all of the characters. That seems like a little bit much. I don't know if I'll do all that, but, like, I'd like to play through the story at least with at least one of the characters. Probably, like, the main character or something, right? Or just, like, pick a character I like and whose playstyle kind of fits the kind of playstyle I like and just do that. It is surprising, like, it is interesting to see, like, how side games kind of progressed from where they were with Persona 4 to Persona 5. Because Persona 4 had the, like, dancing spin-off game and Arena Ultimax, which are games that are tangentially related to Persona 4, but are in no ways, like, proper sequels or epilogues or anything. They're not really in the same genre even as like Persona 4 originally was. So they're more there just for like, the plots are just there for like fan service for the most part. Whereas with 5, you know, you have like all these games that are like somewhat related, somewhat canonical, and also oh, we're back here. Persona and like the spin-offs, like Persona 5 Strikers is much closer than like say Persona 4 Arena is, you know, in terms of like how close it is to the original game in terms of gameplay mechanics. Same with Tactica, Persona Q and Q2. You know, it's interesting that they went from like spin-offs in a different genre under different teams to being in-house spin-offs with similar genres, and being somewhat canonical, you know. Like Strikers before Royal came out was technically the continuation to Persona 5 Vanilla. Okay. I guess because it also works with Persona 3 characters as well, right? Oh, hey, Professor Bizer. Oh, it's just you. The doctor has amassed the red flowers. All the Mamiga of the island have now fallen under his grip. Tragedy is inevitable. Had I known these events would transpire, then I should have at least had Sue escape from the island. Got the booster version 2. Usually we would get the booster version 1 when we saved him, and that would have helped a lot with platforming in that last couple of sections. But for whatever reason, we have to avoid him at that point of the game to be able to actually like get the quote-unquote like true ending or whatever. So, please honor my final request. If you see Sue one last time, please take her and escape from the island. She's Dr. Takamoto's daughter. For the longest time, she resisted coming to this island, but she couldn't be left behind all alone. She had no choice but to follow us to the island. Please, take her and escape. Yeah. Escaping with Sue on the dragon is the, like, normal ending. Or it's one of the... Well, I think most of the bad endings are just you fail or you die or whatever, but yeah. Now that we have the, booster to... Okay, hold on. So... Oh, that's not the right one. I want this. Booster version 2. Press the jump button while airborne and boost in one of 4 directions. Yes, I want to equip. Okay. So now that we have this... Yeah. Sure. I'd be down for that. If people want to play a little bit. I think that would be good. Yeah. I'd probably get bodied, but if people are interested, yeah, we could set up something like that. I'll think about that, like, once we actually start playing the game. But yeah, I'd be down for that. That would be kind of nice to do. It'd be nice to involve chat a little bit more. That's where he came from. So we have to get back to, where we started the game a minute. I'm trying to remember where that is. Oh! I think it's this doorway up here, right? Yes, this is the first gate. Okay. So now, what we have to do is... Go back to the room where we got the first gun. Fair enough. I think there's a good amount of people like that. That is one thing about those streams is I think Duncan as well, who's in the chat sometimes, is also the same thing for him, where he's like, you know, he's trying to get through it, but he's not streaming it or like, you know, playing it every single weekend, you know? So he's not quite as far as I am. And he also, you know, didn't start right away, so. That's the thing about playing a new game, is sometimes people want to just play it for themselves first, which is fair. Did you happen to see the gun I made? Someone pilfered it while I slept. I should have just slept with the thing in my chest pocket. I had known that was going to be the case. Wait, that's my gun! Why do you have it? I didn't make it for you. Give it back. You've apparently put a significant amount of wear on it. I was raised to believe that weapons should always be constructed by oneself. And I always thought that those who fight with a firearm created by another person are all fools. Growing overconfident with powers that were never theirs of their own to begin with. Then blaming their own shortcomings on the equipment they use. Fools. Still. But now, seeing my own gun be used by you with your hands, I'm so very incredibly touched. Using a complete gun, such as the Polar Star, to this degree. Pardon my rantings. How about this? I'll give it to you. After it's completed, of course. The Polar Star is now the spur. There remains a very delicate balance in this world, between those who create and those who experience the creations of others. I can't say that I wasn't aware of this. However, I'd never experienced it. Now, thanks to you, I finally have. As long as there's someone who will appreciate the work involved in creation, the effort is time well spent. To this end, I will continue to create for as long as I can. Yeah, so now it has, like, a normal burst fire, or you can charge it up. As like a beam attack. It doesn't level up like a normal weapon, I think. You can see there in the top left, it's like, I'm holding it down here, and then it can charge up to do massive amounts of damage in a long beam attack. I think they changed the enemies here so you could like give it a chance as well. What's my favorite Persona or SMT game? Gameplay-wise, I've been enjoying SMT5 a lot. I think SMT5 has my favorite gameplay of the series so far. Story-wise, I enjoy Persona 3 quite a bit. Persona 3 FES was the first, like, SMT or Persona game I played, so there's going to be a little bit of bias there. But I think the story that it has and the themes it touches on are not only, like, obviously something that like resonates or like is something that a lot of people have to go, like everyone has to go through, you know, themes of death and all that, but also I think that it also works very well with how the game is constructed and everything, with, you know, how you have a limited amount of time to do things in the game and everything, and you're having to manage like daily life and everything. I think that aspect is really cool and what drew me into Persona as like a series. But I definitely think that like I have issue, like, as time has gone on, I have more issues with its story. And like I'm not entirely and like there are more things about its story that are like kind of eh. I think the gameplay is pretty good. A little old school, but pretty good from what I remember last time I played it. I think another game in the series that has like a pretty good story is the Devil Survivor games. like this first Devil Survivor game. I haven't played the second one yet, but the first one I played like last year, and that one has a really good story as well. So yeah, I intend to try some of the older games as well. I think next year I'll probably do SMT 4 and 4 Apocalypse. It's just that I probably will play more and more SMT games as time goes on and everything. It's just that this year has been so heavy with Atlas releases and everything. Because we've had, like, you know, we're having 3 major Atlas releases this year. If my prediction is correct, probably Persona 6 will come out next year. And then I also did, like, an entire playthrough of Persona 5 Royal for the P5R Pixie Only run, right? On stream, so... You know, the games just take a while to get through if you're only playing for, like... Even in what I've been playing, like, for, like, on average, like, 5 or 6 hours, you know. A stream for, like, a while now. And, even with that, I'm not all the way through, obviously, SMT 5 or anything, right? So... Yeah, I've heard mixed things about that game. It looks good from a visual standpoint from what I've seen, but I think it's when I was looking into it, because I was going to do a video about, like, DLC and Atlas and Persona games and everything. I ended up scrapping it because I didn't feel like the, I felt like I learned a lot about how Atlas has handled DLC and everything over the years from doing the research, but I didn't feel like there was enough value to, like, a watcher to really care about that kind of thing. So I kind of scrapped it. But Soul Hackers 2 seems to have done the worst job of managing its DLC out of pretty much any of the games I looked at the time. And I know people are, like, very mixed on it. It looks kind of interesting visually, but, like, gameplay-wise, I hear it's got a lot of issues. Okay, so what are we supposed to do at this point? I actually don't remember. Let's go back to the teleporter, I think. Yeah. Yeah, with SMT5 Vengeance, on and off stream, I'm at over 100 hours now. And I still haven't, you know, done a full, like, run-through of both Canon Event Creation and Vengeance. I guess that makes sense if both are, like, 60 hours. It's 120 hours, right? We're getting towards the end of, like, Canon of Vengeance, and we're at, like, a little over 100 hours, so... That's both on and off stream, though. So, but, yeah. I don't remember if we have to go back to the egg corridor or what here. Oh, okay, it says teleport to egg corridor. Well, that answers that question. Let me just double check something real quick. Find her in the lower right-hand corner of Plantation. Right, I remember Plantation. I don't think we've gone there yet, so... Yeah. Yeah, I think we gotta go to the egg corridor next. Because I think we have to find a way to catch that dragon. Egg corridor? Question mark? Oh, there's a explosion probably when we blew up the heart. It's cool to come back here towards the end of the game and see the whole area completely different. Nice. Get some XP. Oh gosh, they're hiding behind the sign. Yeah, get some XP on the Rocket launcher. I don't know, every time I think of rocket launcher, I just think of the, what's it, Metal Slug? Rocket launcher! Like, voice line. I'm on my Vita because I was not spending $20 for a digital version of Persona 2. That's fair. Myself, I also found another way to play it without spending $20 on stream. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they actually do get re-releases at some point here, or like remakes or something. It sounds like they want to. I could see them like porting the PS2, the PSP versions over to Steam or something, like they've done for Golden and Persona 3 Portable. I feel like that's probably the most likely thing they'll do, as just kind of like giving people more ways to play the game, and also like it just makes them money. Like if they put that out, people will buy it, and they don't have to spend like a ton of money on anything besides the porting and everything, and they can, you know, hire somebody else to do that while they're working on like Persona or 6 or whatever. Holy cow. Beat that guy. Doubt it? Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see a remake of those games with the same story, but like a different battle mechanics. I think the battle mechanics are interesting, but they haven't aged super well. Actually, I think that, honestly, for me, it's a weird thing, but I think the gameplay got less and less interesting, and less, like... Maybe it's just because I was playing a ton. Like, I played all of them in order. Because I played through Persona 1 and then both 2s back-to-back. But, like, the gameplay and, like, the systems got, I felt like, worse in some ways, between games. So, that's a bit, you know, a weird thing. So, it'd be interesting to see the same story, but like I said, it'd be interesting to say it's the same story, but just, you know, different, Cthulhu's abode. But with, different, I gotta get up through there? Okay. Mechanics and stuff. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean, is like, they'll just port it over, you know, for more extra money. But yeah, you're right. It's unlikely that they do anything proper, like a remake for, Persona 1 and 2, unfortunately. It'd be cool to see, but, you're right, that's very unlikely that they do that. With how poor the port for Persona 3 Portable is. Which is a shame, because they actually did a pretty good job of, like, porting over, and, like, improving and, like, giving some quality of life updates to, Persona 4 Golden when that came over to Steam. But that was, like, the first one they did. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a shame that they end up going that direction with, Persona 3 Portable. Either they, like, didn't care, or they didn't check, what the quality of the work they outsourced was, so that's unfortunate. Actually, probably, K, the least played Persona games are probably actually, Dancing 3 and 5. Probably. But, you know, that's more me just being jokey, but yeah. Can't believe Nyx was in P1, though. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of funny to see. Nyx is also in Nocturne, right? So it's just like a name. They just use the same name. It's kind of funny to see, but yeah. I think like Nyx is like a bartender in Nocturne. She's like this bartender where you find like Loki and stuff in SMT3. Ouch. Oh, is it gonna put me all the way back here? Gosh darn it. Okay. Maybe I'll quick save before we take the chest again. I didn't like the Snow Queen ending for P1. Yeah, it was kind of... I mean... Yeah, the story for that is a little awkward, I think. It's cool that there's a second route, though. I think if it was the main route, then it'd be kind of like, huh? But, like, since it's a side route, it's kind of whatever. Right? Like, it'd be nice if it was better, but, like, it's not the end of the world because it's not, like, the main story or anything. It's just, like, an optional side thing that you can do that has, like, a bigger emphasis on, like, a mechanical challenge, you know, than the main game does. Although, I'll be honest, talking about mechanical challenge, I cheated the heck out of the, casino minigames in, like, every single one of those, early Persona games. And got, like, a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't usually otherwise have. And basically infinite money, right? So... yeah, it's whatever. I didn't really care too much about that, because, like, you know, I'm just playing these games for fun. I'm not, like, trying to have a serious challenge or anything here. And they're, like, older than I am, so... I just wanted to see the story. There was still a decent amount of challenge, I think, in the games, but yeah, it was definitely easier because of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see them, like, do another alternate storyline. Like, a completely alternate storyline with SMT5 Vengeance. Because, Persona 1 is the last game that I played that had, like, a completely alternate storyline. Like, not branching past, but, like, pretty much completely different from beginning to end. Yeah, I also think that's better for Persona specifically for a couple of reasons. One, I like having different designs for enemies and personas. I think it also helps with, like, balancing properly, because when all your enemies are also personas, that means that you have to have them all be something that the MC can equip, right? So you can't have, like, something... I mean, you can, but, like, they tend not to. There's very few fights in Persona 5 where the enemy you're fighting, like any sort of personas or whatever, have different stats based off of whether they're a boss or not, you know? Or an enemy or not. The other thing is, I think it works better for the SMT games, where demons are more fleshed out, like, individual beings, where personas are just, like, kind of, like, aspects, like, they're there as kind of, like, just representations of different things and ideas and everything. They're not there as, like, their own fully formed entities. The only ones that have, like, any sort of personality are usually your, starter ones. Like, the starter ones will sometimes have a little bit of personality. And because they reflect, like, the, MC a little bit, you know? But for the most part, personas don't have, like, any sort of, like, personality to speak of. That's something that's been really nice about SMT5, is they gave the demons a lot of personality, both in their, like, dialogue and, like, haunts and, any side quests that they're a part of. They're usually, like, related to their own mythos and everything, so. I also enjoyed having a little mini game of, like, shuffle time or something, after fights. I enjoyed those. Even though it's super broken in 4 Golden and everything, I still enjoyed having it as a thing. In 4 Golden and Persona 3 and everything. I don't know. I liked the little mini game of it, you know? Oh gosh darn it. Those are insta kills, huh? Okay. Also, I don't use negotiation a ton in like Persona 5. Or even a lot of the newer SMT games, because fusion is just so much easier to do and like offers so many benefits over like trying to negotiate. The only reason to negotiate in the early game, like I negotiated a little bit at the start of SMT5 so I could get like stuff to fuse with, and like a couple of party members, so I wasn't like alone at the start of the game. But like other than that, there wasn't like a point where I was like, oh, I need to be negotiating, you know? And like the New Game Plus, one of the miracles you can get on New Game Plus specifically is the ability to negotiate with demons above your level. When is that ever going to come in handy? Why is that a thing that's only available on New Game Plus? That's a little weird. I think P3R has the worst one besides OG P4. Interesting. I can't speak to that because I haven't played the original P4. I can't even remember what the shuffle time system is like in P3R. It's been a minute. I guess I'll have to remember once I get back to the answer, but yeah. Or back for the answer. Have I even bought the DLC for that yet? I don't remember. I think I did. I'll have to check at some point. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not like I have to pre-order DLC, right? Right? You won't make me do that yet, Atlas, right? Not yet, anyway. Oh, boy. Yeah, no, I did a whole video about, my thoughts about P3R a little bit after it came out. I was kind of mixed, to say the least. I don't know, there's a lot of things in there where I really want to like it, but there's so many like little changes that were made in a lot of different areas that were like not great, in my opinion. I don't know, there's a lot of little gameplay stuff and like other things that were just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way with P3R. I'd have to go through the video again and like play a little bit more to like remember them all. But I guess maybe I'll remember when I play The Answer DLC when that comes out. I bought it and barely played it. Yeah, I think that's what you mentioned. You mentioned that you bought it and then like you enjoyed P3 Faz way more. I think that's a good entry point. I think if I was going to recommend a version of the game to my friends, I don't know if I could recommend that one necessarily. I could recommend it to some of my friends, but not all of them. I'd probably recommend P3 Portable to most of my friends if they wanted to play Persona 3, because it's a very easy version to emulate. It's in 16:9 ratio, so it'll look nice on their monitor, you know, without any futzing around with trying to get P3 Fez to display in like 16:9, which you can't do, but you have to go out of your way to make everything look nice for it. And like, it has some weird stuff with it, but for the most part it's fine. But anyway. So yeah, and it also has like manual party control from the start. You don't have to put that in if you want that. There's some other quality of life stuff, you know. There's some additional content with the FemC route and everything. You don't have the 3D environments, but if I was gonna like, you know, recommend playing a version of P3 to somebody who never played the Persona series before, or SMT or anything, I probably would recommend Persona 3 Portable, just for like those and some other reasons. So yeah, I wish Persona 3 Reload was like a proper version that included all the content of Persona 3 Portable and Persona 3 Fez. The fact that it doesn't is like super annoying, because the reason why everybody wanted, well, most people wanted a remake of Persona 3 Fez was not because like Persona 3 Portable was bad or Persona 3 Fez is bad. It's because you have content that's only available in both those versions of the game without like any way of getting like both or anything like that. So I think it was Control C. Oh, I don't want to mess this up actually. Let me just double check. Yes, Control C, Control V.